are going to show you two different ways of gluing to create the material that we use to build our assistive devices. Great. So first things first, what do you need when you're gluing cardboard laminate together? So I've got two sets of things here. We're going to glue sheets of cardboard together to create a big solid laminated piece of cardboard. And I've got pieces that are cut out in the shape of a rocker chair. So there are two different ways of gluing. One, you can just glue the sheets of cardboard together, and then once it's glued, cut the piece out that you need. However, interns here at the Adaptive Design Studio started cutting out individual pieces and gluing them together, and they found that when they glued, see there's two layers there and two layers here, they glued these two layers together first and then glued all 5 of these pieces together. It dried faster than when you were gluing all of the 5 sheets together. However, it's always really useful to have big sheets of laminate on hand to build other things. So I recommend doing both. So what you need to do this is you need cardboard to glue together, you need regular undiluted white glue, and how we spread the white glue on the cardboard is we use old membership cards, like credit cards or library cards, old plastic cards that you're no longer using, work really well for spreading a thin sheet of sticky glue to glue cardboard together. Another thing that you'll need is a big enough weight to place on whatever object you're gluing, because you need to compress that sheet and hold the edges down. Okay, so first we'll glue the sheets together. We're gonna glue these 5 pieces together, and I'm gonna lay the 4 sheets that I want to glue to one side, and I'm gonna keep the sheet that I'm going to be applying the glue on this side. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of glue. You can either pour it directly onto the sheet of cardboard like that, or you can scoop it out with your card. Either way works pretty well. And now you know why I'm always wearing this apron in these instructional videos, because this can get pretty messy. So I recommend that you also wear some kind of protective work clothes, because if you're working on a big sheet, it's pretty easy to lean over and totally cover your clothes in glue. So, I don't know if you can see, I'll bring it up close, I've applied an even-ish, pretty even, layer of glue along this cardboard. And now I'm just going to stick that in there, take my next sheet of cardboard and flip it over and place it, try to line it up as much as I can with the sheet below, and then smooth that cardboard, press that cardboard into the bottom layer so that the glue really adheres to the 2 sheets together. Alright, and then I'm just going to do the same thing again. Take some glue, and I'm going to really concentrate this time on making sure that the edges are really gluey and sticky. When cardboard gets damp or wet, or gets painted or gets glue on it, it tends to bend away from the wet side. So when you're gluing sheets of cardboard or pieces of cardboard together, it tends to sort of separate at the edges. And so it's really important to both make sure that you've got a lot of nice sticky glue on the edges to really sort of encourage those edges to stick together. And again, that's why you need a weight to apply even pressure over the whole thing to hold those edges down. So there we go. Take the next sheet, lay it on top, really try to line everything up. And here we go on to the next one. So you see, you can just pour the glue right on and spread it around. with larger pieces, you don't want to get distracted in the middle of gluing because they will start, the layers will start to separate away from each other. So now you notice I only have one left here, so this is going to be the last layer that I'm going to apply glue to. When I flip this over, there won't be anything left there, so that'll tell me that I need to stop gluing. And sometimes I need those helpful hints built into the way that I'm doing things. And then we're going to take the last layer, fit it on as evenly as we can, apply that pressure, smooth it down so that that is going to stick really, really well. Here we use whatever we can get in the Adaptive Design Studio, and I found this old computer component in the hallway. Now it's heavy enough and large enough that it's going to apply even pressure over the whole piece that we just glued together. So I'm just going to lay this here, and I'm just going to lay this down on top of it to make sure that everything gets glued together really, really strongly. Okay, so now that we've got that underneath the weight, I'm going to show you the way that we would glue individual pieces together, and it's exactly the same as before. Take some glue and spread it on, and now the exact same principles apply. A nice even coat of glue. Make sure that the edges are really sticky. Flip, line up as much as you can, and press that next piece down into the first. Just show you this, I'm only going to glue these 3 pieces together, like that, and then I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together. And what that's going to do is that's going to shorten the drying time of this individual piece pretty significantly. The trick about this is that to put it underneath this weight, I'm going to have to even it out so that it's getting the same even pressure as the 5 layered things. So but that's not that hard to do. Alright, so line that up, stick it together. Okay, so now I have a 2-layer piece and a 3-layer piece, and if I want to put it underneath this weight that has a 5-layer piece on it, under it as well, I want to just compensate for that. So I just grabbed some scrap pieces of cardboard that I'm going to use to even out the height of these 2 pieces so that everything will again get that even pressure and keep the edges really stuck together. So lift this up. There's that piece of laminate that we just made, and now this is the piece of rocker that is 2 layers of cardboard. Just lay this on top. So this cardboard piece is big enough so that it will cover everything, just to make sure that that's even. And now it matches this piece, which is 3 layers. So now we need 2 more layers. And so I've got these pieces here, and you want to make sure that they're covering both pieces evenly. There we go. And I'm just going to lower this down so that it's exerting that even pressure on top of everything. So that is how we build the construction material that we use here in the Adaptive Design Studio. We learned this from the Adaptive Design Association down in New York City, just by gluing sheets of cardboard together, or different individual pieces of cardboard that are cut out in the shape that you need together in different layers, waiting for those layers to dry, and then gluing all of that together. You can basically make the building material that you need to build whatever you want for adaptive design or cardboard construction.